Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about AWR, Automatic Workload Repository, ADDM, Automatic Diagnostic Monitor, and ASH, Active Session History. The objectives of these sessions are Automatic Workload Repository, ADDM, and ASH. Automatic Workload Repository. For viewing the statistics of the database, we can query dynamic performance views, but they are virtual tables. So, as soon as we shut down the database, we are not able to see database performance. To remove this problem, we use Status Pack prior to Oracle 10G. The old Status Pack had to be installed manually. Although not a complicated setup, having AWR already there makes it much easier to work with. Also, Status Pack snapshots tended to be a bit of a load on the server, whereas AWR offloads the work to a special processes, so it affects performance very less. In addition, AWR reports are much easier to dig through, and AWR with ADDM supports alerts as well. Status Pack couldn't be easily managed via a graphical user interface, whereas with AWR we can configure and then view reports through Oracle Enterprise Manager. Now, Automatic Workload Repository collects, processes, and maintains performance statistics for problem detection and self-tuning purpose. This data is both in memory and stored in the database. The gathered data can be displayed in both reports and view. Now, AWR provides statistics in two formats. One in the memory in the form of dynamic performance views, which are temporary. Second one is the persistent type of data, which are stored in the database in the form of AWR snapshots. For collection of data to generate AWR report, Ammon process is introduced in Oracle 10G. It transfers the database stats from SDA to disk on regular interval in the form of snapshots. These snapshots later help in generating AWR report. The statistics collected and processed by AWR includes object statistics that determine both access and usage statistics of database segment, time model statistics based on time usage for activities displayed in the $sys_time_model and $sys_time_model view. Some of the system and session statistics collected in the $sysstat and $sessionstat. A SQL statements that are producing the highest load on the system based on the criteria such as elapsed time and CPU time. Active session history statistics representing the history of recent session activity. Now, the space consumed by the automatic workload repository is determined by several factors. Historical data retention period. The retention period determines how long this data is retained before being purged. Longer retention period increases the space consumed by the automatic workload repository data. Snapshot intervals. The snapshot intervals determine the frequency at which the snapshots are captured. A smaller snapshot interval increases the frequency, which increases the volume of data collected by the automatic workload repository. Number of active sessions. Higher the number of active sessions in the system at any given time, more data will be collected. By default, the snapshots are captured once every hour and are retained in the database for 7 days. With these default settings, a typical system with an average of 10 concurrent active sessions can require approximately 200 to 300 MB of space for its AWR data. Here are some specific important areas on which AWR give detailed statistics. Load profile. This important section show important rates expressed in units of per second and transactions per second. This is very important for understanding how is the instance behaving. This has to be compared to baseline report to understand the expected load on the machine and the delta during bad time. Top 5 timed events. This section, which is the most relevant for analysis. This section shows what percentage of database time was the wait event seen for. Till 9i, this was the way to backtrack what was the total database time for the report, as there was no database time column in 9i. Wait events and latch activities. Wait events. This AWR section provides more detailed wait events information for foreground user processes, which includes top 5 wait events and many other wait events that occurred during that snapshot interval. Latch activities. This section shows details about latch statistics. Latches are lightweight serialization mechanism that is used to single thread access to internal Oracle structure. The latch should be checked by its sleeps. The sleepiest latch is the latch that is under contention and not the latch with the highest request. Hence run through the sleep breakdown part of this section to arrive at the latch under highest contention. Time model statistics. Time model statistics reports how database processing time is spent. This section contains detailed timing information on particular components participating in the database processing. This gives information about background processes timing also, which is not included in the database. Operating system statistics. This section is important from OS server contention point of view. This section shows the main external resources including input-output, CPU, memory and network usage. SQL section. The section displays top SQL ordered by important SQL execution matrices. Matrices are SQL ordered by the elapsed time, SQL ordered by the CPU time, SQL ordered by the gets, SQL ordered by reads, SQL ordered by parse calls, and SQL ordered by shared memory, and last SQL ordered by the version count. Table space and input-output stats. Input-output section shows all the important input-output activity. This provides time it took to make one input-output and one input-output per second. This should be compared to the baseline to see if the rate of input-output has always been like this or there is a diversion from now. Creating AWR reports.
To generate an HTML or text report for a range of snapshot IDs, run the awr rpt.sql script at the SQL prompt. $home/rdbms/admin/awr-rpt.sql. First, we need to specify whether we want an HTML or a text report. Enter value for report underscore type as text or HTML. Then we specify the number of days for which we want to list snapshot IDs. That is, enter value for num underscore days is equal to 2 or 3. After the list displays, we are prompted for the beginning and the ending snapshot IDs for that workload repository. Next, so here we have run the AWR RPT report, and then it is asking us for the HTML or text type and then the number of days from where to fetch snapshot IDs. Next, accept the default report name or enter a report name. The default name is accepted in the following example. Enter value for report name using the report name AWR RPT underscore 1 underscore 3309 underscore 3313.txt. The workload repository report is generated. Automatic diagnostic monitor. It analyzes data in the automatic workload repository to identify potential performance bottlenecks. For each of the identified issues, it locates the root cause and provides recommendation for correcting the problem. An ADDM analysis task is performed and its finding and recommendations stored in the database every time an AWR snapshot is taken. The ADDM analysis include the following: resource-intensive SQL, input-output usage, concurrency issues, resource-intensive PL SQL and Java, CPU load, memory usage, RAC issues, application issues, database configuration issues, object contention. The report itself will contain expert problem diagnosis, emphasis on the root cause of the problem rather than on the symptoms, Ranking on the effect of the problems, which means we can quickly find the problem. Recommendations rank according to their benefit. The recommendation may include hardware changes, database configuration changes, schema changes, application changes, and using other advisors. In hardware changes, ADDM may recommend us to change the hardware of the system or configure input-output. Database and application changes, in that section ADDM can suggest the change of some parameter values. Space configuration, in that ADDM can suggest use of automatic storage management or addition of new hard disk. Now there are several ways to produce reports from the ADDM analysis, but all follow the same format. The addm-rpt.sql script can be used to create an ADDM report from SQL Star Plus. This script called as follows: @/user1/app/oracle/product/db_1/rdvms/admin/addm-rpt.sql, or we can locate it on the Unix prompt. Managing and configuration ADDM. The dbms_advisor package can be used to create and execute any advisor tasks, including ADDM tasks. The obvious place to start viewing ADDM report is Enterprise Manager. The performance analysis section on the home page is a list of the top 5 findings from the last ADDM analysis task. Specific reports can be produced by clicking on the advisor central link, then the ADDM link. The resulting page allows us to select a start and end snapshot, create an ADDM task, and displays the resulting report by clicking on few links. Active session history. To capture a detailed history of database activity, Oracle database samples active sessions each second with the active session history sampler. The automatic workload repository snapshots processing collects the sampled data into memory and write it to persistent storage. ASH is an integral part of the Oracle database self-management framework and is extremely useful for diagnosing performance problems. Unlike instance-level statistics gathered by AWR, sample data is gathered at the session level by ASH. By capturing statistics for only active sessions, a manageable set of data is represented. The size of this data is directly related to the work being performed rather than to the entire database instance. We can run ASH reports to analyze transient performance problems with the database that only occur during specific times. This technique is especially useful when we are trying to do either of the following: resolve transient performance problem that may last for only a short period of time, such as why a particular job or session is not responding when the rest of the instance is performing as usual. Perform scoped or target performance analysis by various dimensions or their combinations, such as time, session, module, action, or SQL identifier. The MMN process, also called Manageability Monitor, will dump the data from the memory to the disk on constant interval. Next is sampled data captured by ASH can be aggregated based on the following or various dimensions that it captures. The dimensions are SQL identifier of a SQL statement, object number, file number and block number, wait event identifier and parameters, session identifier and session serial number, module and action name, client identifier of the session, service hash identifier. So to view the ASH data, we can either query v$active session history or dbs hist active session history view. For generating ASH report, we need to run a script named ash-rpt.sql, like we did in AWR report generation. This script is present in Oracle Home rdbms/admin/shrpt.sql. on Unix machine. It will show us one comprehensive report of all the persistent data. This is all about AWR, ADDM and ASH. Thank you.